Hey, today is January 2nd, 2026, and in this video I'll be solving today's Pimantle for fun. And it seems to be Pimantle number 1410. So one of the conclusions that I came to yesterday was that, um, so the similarity metric that I use in my head, even though I've not formalized it, whatever it is, maybe it could be a combination of multiple similarity metrics, which I myself am not aware of, uh, is very different, or at least in some cases, it's quite different from the similarity metric that word2vec uses, or the similarity metric word2vec, or the similarity metric that Pimantle uses, which is word2vec. Um, it's very different because just as an example, I think Pimantle 1400, it ranked awning and auspices and ages very close to umbrella, uh, which is sure definitionally correct. However, it is quite different from the similarity that metric that I think that I have an intuition that most humans use. So I shouldn't take similarity, or I shouldn't be too surprised with the final answer going forward. And I shouldn't be too surprised if the final answer is quite different qualitatively from the words that are nearby. And yeah, I don't fully understand what these worlds are, and um, I hope eventually I get to a point where uh, I better understand word to vec and what these worlds are. But yeah, I think that will just happen as a result of uh, yeah, just spending time on this. So yeah, let's start. So it seems like today's that is 1410. The number of average guesses are 95, which I actually think is higher than normal. Um, in the past, I've come across 60, 80, but this could be the average among all pie mantles. So um, let's start with a guess. I can start with swirl, which is cold. Um, rotation is frigid. Okay. Dog, cat. Dog and cat are on the same swirl, so I suppose the swirl is animals. Keyboard. Keyboard is chili. Interesting. Um, so keyboard is the best guess we have so far. Monitor, which is another computer component, is freezing. Um, so I don't think it's the keyboard having to do with music, or it could be, and Word2Vec doesn't quite relate to, both of them together in a way that I do. Uh, drums is frigid. Okay. Input is freezing. Computer is freezing. It's interesting. Why would okay, so keyboard is our best guess so far. Um, so keyboard could be uh, a musical keyboard, or it could be a computer keyboard that we type text on. However, I don't think it's related to music because music is cold or chilly or frigid. It's not computer either. It's not related to computers because it's freezing. Again, if it is, I shouldn't be too surprised. Um, Okay, phone is freezing. So keyboard is made of plastic. Ah, there we go. Plastic is cool. And I think plastic is the best guess we've got so far. Um, wood is cold. Um, something related to plastic. Maybe a bag. Bag is cold. Plastic. Um, bottle is chilly. Okay. Container. Container is cold. Um, a keyboard could also be made of metal. Um, computers are made of silicon, or the CPUs are made of the element silicon or silicon. Is it silicon or silicon? I think it's silicon.
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 Yeah, I think either works. Silicon. Computer, the CPUs are made of the element silicon. Um, plastic bags. Toy. Frigid. Um, really, prosthetic is toasty, which is fascinating. Which swirl is it on, though? It's on the swirl of bottle. So it's significantly closer than plastic is. Uh, prosthetic. So the reason I tried prosthetic was I tried to different things made of plastic, and prosthetic is one of them. I think filament is made of plastic too, or it could be made of plastic. Plastic is very versatile, so it can go into many different kinds of things. Prosthetic doesn't quite work. Right, it makes sense that bionic and prosthetic are similar. Um, robot is cold. But it's interesting that prosthetic, bionic, and robot are on different worlds. Artificial is cold. Prosthetic. So you have prosthetic hands, uh, prosthetic arms, prosthetic limbs. Basically, you have prosthetic limbs. So copper would have been closer, where metal closer, but it makes sense that copper is not close since metal is not close. Uh, prosthetic arm. limb. Eye is warm. Yeah, it could be something completely unrelated to prosthetic as well, qualitatively. So I should take care of that. But prosthetic, something that's artificial. So I tried robot. I think that was a good guess. Bionic was a good guess too. Um, Cyborg is chilly, interesting. I would have expected Cyborg to be closer, given that Bionic is quite close. Bionic is cool, so uh, or at least both of these belong in the same swirl. Prosthetic. Um, so I think I tried things like car. Um, that's quite far away. I haven't tried car. Have I tried car? I've not tried car, but I don't see why prosthetic and car would be similar to one another. But let me try it anyway. Car is frigid. Okay. Well, at least it's not freezing. So, but again, frigid, there is essentially no, the the information that we can derive off of the fact that something is freezing is not great. So I should rely on prosthetic or eye or limb or arm. Um, well, what about glasses? Glasses is chilly. Um, lens, lens is tepid. Lens is tepid. Interesting. Well, glasses, I'm referring to eyeglasses specifically, so spectacles. Oh, so glass is not uh, here. I think uh, oh, wait. It is spectacles are closer than glasses. Okay. So it's more spectacles than glasses. Or glass has additional meanings as well. You have like a material that's see-through and that's hard and brittle. Prosthetic. Hmm. Nanofiber. Oh, nanofiber is a word. However, it seems like it's not in the dictionary. It's not in the Word2Vec. Prosthetic. Uh, Could it be artificial intelligence? I think it's something physical. And artificial intelligence is a term, not a word. I'm pretty sure artificial intelligence is a term isn't present in Word2Vec. Prosthetic. What could prosthetic be? Well, I specifically meant contact lenses, but Word2Vec probably does not know that. But at least it's not the worst guess so far, so that's good. Um, Prosthetic. Wow. So surgery is hot. Surgical is tepid. Yeah, that's the reason I tried surgery because sometimes the alternate versions of a word end up being quite far from one another. So surgical and surgery, for example, are quite far away from one another, practically far away. Um, so surgery seems to be our best guess so far. So what could be related to surgery? Prosthetic surgery. Don't tell me it's Botox. Okay, great. Facelift is cool. I would have expected it to be closer. Surgery, what could surgery be? Operation is another term that we use in India. Um, Surgery, transplant? Transplant is cool. Okay. Surgery, transplant. Oof. Surgeon is close. But yeah, it's the surgery is the closest so far. I think transplant was actually a good guess. What else do surgeons do apart from putting on prosthetics uh, for other people, of course, and transplanting organs, an operating procedure. Yeah, procedure is a very broad word, anyhow. Fracture. Hmm. Um, Scalpel? Scalpel is toasty. Okay, so scalpel is one of the instruments that's used for surgery. Don't tell me it's anesthesia. Anesthesia. Um, Anesthesia is cool. Okay. Uh, Tranquilize. Tranquilizes frigid. Yeah, but it's okay. So we have surgery and prosthetic and scalpel and fracture. So these are all medical terms. Hospital is cool. Um, Insurance is frigid. Surgery, surgery. I have a feeling that I've tried doctor, but let's try doctor. Doctor's tepid. Um, Nurse is chilly. Uh, Is it the bed that patients are kept on during surgery? Surgery, surgeon, fracture, scalpel, doctor. Doctor is far away, so it's closer to surgery than it is to doctor. However, doctor is not too far away. It's doctor is just too broad a term. So eye, limb, surgical are closer. Um, Bone is another. Marrow is cool. Okay, marrow is cool. Bone, blood, heart, um, blood vessels, so vein, artery. It's interesting that artery is a lot closer than vein is. That's the reason I tried it. I was not guaranteed that just because vein was far away, artery would be far away. Word is not doesn't necessarily work the way I do, so it could have gone the either way. Artery, surgery, surgeon. Yes, all of these are terms related to surgery, but I think we've got to go a bit broader and talk about the surgery itself, some other topic related to surgery. I've watched The Good Doctor, uh, so let me try to apply some of the terms I heard there into this. The Good Doctor. I think anesthesia was a good term to use, but good try. But that didn't work out. Anesthesia. I think I tried something similar to wound, but I think one of my other guesses would have been closer. Were, but let's try wound anyway. Oh, wound is toasty. It's even closer than artery is. What about, so what exactly does surgery do? It fixes a problem. So what kind of problems do surgeries fix? Well, they fix anatomical problems. Um, so if there's something physically wrong with your body, you can perform surgery to either remove something or attach one physical component to another physical component. So cancer, tumor. It's interesting that cancer and tumor are not close to one another. Right. I think blood was one of my earlier tries. Was Yep, that was 50 something, 57. I should have checked anyway. Um, surgery. So what else do surgeries treat? Heart. I think heart is I've tried heart, but it's quite far away. It's cool. Heart is cool. Uh, surgery. Hmm. It's interesting that skin is the closest so far. So I just tried to um, guess words that were related to surgery somehow because I couldn't think of anything related. Um, I couldn't think of alternatives, but skin is quite unexpected. Skin, but it could be something that's probably it could be something that's throwing me off as well. Um, it's interesting that skin and surgery are similar to one another. Uh, and skin is closer to the word. Wound, uh, flesh. Yeah, blood would have been closer if I think blood should have been closer if it's related to skin in the way I'm thinking of. Hair. Okay, so I think since it's been about half an hour, I'm gonna take a hint. I'm gonna get a hint. Cornea. So what is cornea? Cornea is, I think, uh, the circular part of one's eyes. It's related to vision. So could it be retina? Retina is tepid. Eye would have been closer now if yeah, eye is warm and cornea is closer. Um, Eyebrow. Oof, eyebrow is toasty. Okay. Retina doesn't work. Pupil? Wow, pupil is cold compared to cornea. Okay. Let's get another hint. Ankle bone. Ankle bone, what about shin? Shin is warm. Hip. Hip is cool. Ankle. Ankle. Ankle bone. Foot is tepid. I think ankle bone and cornea are quite different. Um, I'm gonna get another hint. This is ridiculous. I have no idea what striae is. Striae? Uh, okay, that's very interesting. It's actually great that I came across this word.
Stria.
Stria. A thin, narrow groove or channel, a thin line or band, especially. Right, stria.
Stria, striae,
Striae. Striae. Okay. Right, so striae, I think I've seen striae on my own body. I think they're basically stretch marks. Striae, so AE is E, striae. Okay. Uh, yeah, I think facelift is about as much I know about plastic surgery, but let's get another hint. Gouges, gosh. Okay, I don't know what the word is. I know what a hickey is. It's when your partner bites you. It's typically on your neck and it leaves a mark, and it could be medically dangerous. But I can't quite relate hickeys and striae to surgery. Well, one could get surgery as a result of something being wrong with these things, but yeah, let's look up the answer. Uh, yeah, I don't want to pollute the data set by. I think there should. I wish there was an option to give up um, after a few tries, um, so that when I look up the answer and I don't want to pollute the data set for other people. Answer today. Pimantle answer today. It is 1410. January 2nd, 2020. Scar. Okay. So scar is the remnant of like a wound. Um, and it can also be used metaphorically. And hickey makes sense, striae, but cornea doesn't make a lot of sense. But interesting. Uh, Scar. Okay, great. This was interesting. Um, yeah, I hope I'm able to guess the right word without needing hints or without having to look up the answer in the future. Um, yeah, so yesterday the video was very short. It was just 5 minutes because I was able to get to the answer very fast. But yeah, today it took a lot longer and I had to look up the answer. And I think it is understandable why I had to look up the answer because word to vec is not the perfect similarity metric. And this, uh, in my opinion, of course, and this is not the way I think about things, striae and scar. But I think cornea threw me off, but I should have, or I think scar, hickeys, and striae. So striae and hickeys are related to scar, but yeah. But this was interesting. I'm gonna keep this in the back of my mind. Um, And yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks.